Good morning, folks. Idaho Hillbilly sent me a text this morning saying that spring was finally here. Well, maybe over in Council, but it don't look too spring-like to me today. All that snow, it probably won't be gone till probably June. Not all that warm, but it could definitely be worse. So, you've probably seen this thing with old Tucker Carlson on here. I'm not sure really what's going on there, folks, but the mafia, when you get too close to the truth and start saying things that affects them, they silence you. They get rid of you in one way or another. They either kill you or they discredit you, make you out to be a nut or a pervert or whatever. And I'm afraid our government is one of the biggest mafias there is. They did those things to Trump. They silenced him and probably going to bar him from being able to run for president again. Tucker, I want you to watch this first clip here. It's bad enough when they're trying to shut you up, but when they put words in your mouth that you didn't say, that's even worse. And this first clip here, take a look at this. I want you to watch his tie. I want you to watch the background of the behind him. Even his face. In one of this little segments, he looks a lot thinner and a lot younger. Tucker's reporting is very sarcastic, and I think what they did, I know what they did because it's obvious. They didn't even really hide it very well, but they went through and they found a bunch of bits and pieces of different things that he said, and they pieced it together to make it look like something he didn't say. And I had a fish and game guy do that to me one time, and I was very disappointed. I said the things he said I said, but I didn't say them the way he said that I said them. Luckily, the judge thought through that, and they threw it out of court. But pretty underhanded. Anyway, whether you agree with me or not, it really doesn't make any difference to me. You got right to your opinion, I got right to mine. If you want to unsubscribe, that's fine. I mean, I don't make much on this stuff anyway. So, anyhow, take a look at this and have a good day. Like I said, keep it in mind. When you get too close to the truth, they shut you up.
There's much fallout this evening, and there will be for months. We are admitting that we lied to you for saying the wrong things about the 2020 election. Now, why is that? Well, the truth is Donald Trump lost the election. And no, we didn't tell you because we don't care what you think. Now we have to pay hundreds of millions of dollars. We were wrong. We are completely irresponsible, and we're sorry, America. I'm sorry for repeating something that was untrue. I'm sorry, I just got to take a quick break and go cry in a closet while squeezing a stuffed animal.
Carlson's 3 million viewers will be surprised when they tune in tonight, and they'll find their favorite anchor missing. But if you were watching last hour, this is how you learned on Fox of this dramatic decision.
We have some news from within our Fox family. Fox News Media and Tucker Carlson have mutually agreed to part ways. Tucker's last show was this past Friday. We want to thank Tucker Carlson for his service to the network as a host, and prior to that, as a long-term contributor.
I want to bring in our CNN media analyst, Sarah Fisher. Sarah, just the way that was read right there, Harris Faulkner reading that on the air very calmly, very quickly, very dispassionately. Have you learned anything in the minutes since we've learned this big news to the big question, which is why?
Well, we've asked Dominion spokespeople if this is explicitly tied. They said that there is nothing they can share yet about whether it's tied to the settlement. But the other thing that we're worried about or thinking about right now is what those tapes from former Fox producer Abby Grossberg may have uncovered. Of course, you'll recall that she was part of this suit and that She claimed that Fox News had sort of meddled with her testimony. She had then put out an amended legal filing shortly before the court case and said that basically there was tapes in which Rudy Giuliani and others were saying things about the voting machine fraud, Dominion, et cetera. So one could ask yourselves, is there something implicating there? But there was nothing that was a part of this agreement, to your point, John, that said that any personnel would be fired from the settlement. In fact, within this settlement, there wasn't even any requirement that Fox had to apologize or retract any of its reporting.
Sarah, he said the 8 o'clock hour, since Megyn Kelly moved on. That's almost 7 years. I think six or going on 7 years ago now. The timing, you can look backwards, and you look just a week or so ago, the Dominion settlement. You can also look forward. Fox, whatever you think of it, whatever people watching think of the network, making this decision as we head into a 2024 presidential campaign cycle. Somebody who, as we noted, had the first post-arraignment interview with the former president of the United States, Donald Trump, who's the Republican frontrunner. For a network that prides itself on its political coverage, to do this at this moment is stunning and tells you something.
Absolutely does. Not only was Tucker Carlson like the highest rated personality on Fox, John, he was one of the highest rated shows on all of cable. So it's an explosive move that Fox is going to do this, especially to your point ahead of the 2024 election. There isn't really like a backup for Tucker Carlson. There's no major personality that brings in the same kind of ratings that he does. The Five does very well, one of their shows, but it's not like they have someone in their stable that they're going to be able to replace him with. I do think it's notable that they didn't give Tucker Carlson a chance to even sign off. To me, that tells you that part of this decision may have been a little bit rushed. We don't know who's going to replace him. All we know for now is that hour will continue with political coverage. They ran a promotional spot earlier today touting an interview with a potential candidate. We just don't know who's going to be the permanent host quite yet.
We'll be back on Monday. In the meantime, have the best weekend with the ones that you love, and we'll see you then.
We want to thank Tucker Carlson for his service to the network as a host and prior to that.